is Jenna and today I'm doing a spoiler-free book review of Our Chemical Hearts by Krystal Sutherland. This book was actually recommended to me by my cousin because she went to school with Krystal, because Krystal is an Australian author. So of course I wanted to pick it up. I'm always looking to read more from Australian authors. I think that the literary community in Australia could be so much bigger than what it already is. So I picked this one up. So Our Chemical Hearts follows Henry Page, who has never been in love, and he sort of goes through high school, just wants to be the editor of the newspaper, not really into the whole high school relationship sort of thing, until Gracetown starts at his school. She is a new girl, she walks with a limp, she wears boys' clothes, and she is always very dirty, like she never seems to wash her hair, sort of one of the things that is mentioned a lot. So Henry and Grace sort of get to know each other, they end up co-editors of the newspaper together. I think it's like the school newspaper or something like that, school magazine, school newspaper, newsletter, one of those three. And basically it's about Henry's journey on his first love. So as this is going to be a spoiler-free review, you don't need to have read the book in order to watch the entire video, so I won't be spoiling anything. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars, not because it's a bad book and I didn't enjoy it, more just that I didn't connect with any of the characters, so it really wasn't the book for me. The writing style in this book is super casual, like I was really surprised by how casual it is. They actually had a lot of, let's see if I can find some. So quite a few of the pages were made up of actual like text messaging, so you were basically reading the text messages between the two characters, and I found that to be a really interesting technique because this book is definitely a book of 2016. You know, it had a lot of cultural references in it, which I wasn't sure that I really enjoyed because obviously cultural references definitely date books. So I feel like this book has dated itself quite significantly. There were so many references and a lot of them were little throwaway references, but it did sort of definitely made the book richer to read knowing where those references had come from. And also it definitely showed that we live in a very technological age, what with the text messaging and whatnot. So that was why for me the writing style was really unique, really simple, but also I really enjoyed it. Since this is a contemporary book, the world building wasn't really, didn't really need to be done. However, we definitely got to see a lot of, I'm still not entirely sure where this book is actually set. It's set somewhere in America, I believe. And we did get world building in as much of a sense as we learnt a lot about Henry's life, I learnt a lot about his family, and sort of his world was sort of built around us, which I thought Krystal did a really, really good job at. So like I said before, I didn't really connect with any of the characters. It's not that I didn't like them, it's just I personally didn't really have anything in common with them, so I found it really difficult to connect. Henry and Grace, well, not so much Grace. Grace, you kind of get to know who she is, but you don't really, like, I thought the book was going to go in a completely different direction to what it did. I never connected with Henry at all. I didn't understand a lot of what was going on in his mind, but that doesn't mean that they weren't great characters. I thought they were really well fleshed out. I just personally didn't connect with them as much as other people probably did. And as for the plot, this plot was incredibly simple. It was literally just about Henry and his first love. It was about Grace coming to terms with something that had happened to her in her past. So because of that, I think that the plot really worked. It, like I said, super simple. Sort of once I got past obviously I thought it was going to go in a different direction, but once it sort of steered me into the direction it was going to go, from that point on it was incredibly predictable, and I sort of didn't like that. I like going into books that are not super predictable. That's one of the reasons why I don't read a lot of contemporaries, because I do find them to be too predictable. But I'm really satisfied with the ending of this book, I will say that. It definitely could have gone sort of one or two ways, and the way that it did go, I was super satisfied and happy with the way that it ended. So like I said, all in all, I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I thought that it was a good book, it just wasn't the book for me. So thanks for watching what I'm assuming is going to be the shortest book review I have ever done, but honestly I don't have a lot to say about this book. I do recommend it to people. If you enjoy contemporary short little romances, then I definitely recommend that you pick this one up. However, if you're like me and you're not really into the whole first love thing, maybe it's not going to be the book for you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.